In this video, I'm going to be solving and answering math questions from you to celebrate Pi Day. If you didn't know, I asked for math problems or questions in my previous video. We have received a handful of math questions and problems from you, but we will only be solving and answering the top 3 most liked ones. Okay, let's get started. Problem 1 from Sakurii. Candy took 4 minutes to walk from the school to the park. She walked another 630 meters at a speed of 42 meters per minute from the park to the shopping mall. Candy walked a total distance of 1,406 meters. Find Candy's average speed for the whole distance. If you don't understand the problem or can't visualize the problem that well, you can draw a diagram. In the problem, it says Candy walks from the school to the park. So we can draw a line and place the school here and the park over here. It also says she walked from the park to the shopping mall, so we can make another line to the right and place the shopping mall at the end of the line. Let us read the problem again. The first statement says Candy took 4 minutes to walk from the school to the park, but it doesn't say how long is the distance from the school to the park or what her speed was. So for now, we can make a bracket that says how many minutes it took for Candy to walk from the school to the park. The second statement says she walked 630 meters at a speed of 42 meters per minute from the park to the shopping mall. This time, the problem gives us more information, but it doesn't say how long it took her to walk from the park to the shopping mall. For now, we can make a bracket from the park to the shopping mall and label that information. The final statement shows the total distance Candy walked, which is 1,406 meters. Since Candy walked from the school to the mall, that means the distance between the school to the mall is 1,406 meters. The problem is asking for Candy's average speed. Now that we are done labeling everything, we can solve this problem now. So first of all, how do we calculate the average speed? To calculate the average speed, we need to use a formula where the average speed is equals to the total distance divided by the total time taken. So to solve the problem, we need to find the total distance and the total time Candy took to walk from the school to the shopping mall. We already know the total distance, which is 1,406 meters, but what about the total time taken? We know that Candy took 4 minutes to walk from the school to the park, but we don't know how long it took her to walk from the park to the shopping mall. If only we knew that, we can add the two values and get the total time taken. So how do we find how long it took for Candy to walk from the park to the mall? We are only given her distance and speed. To do so, we use a formula where the time is equals to the distance divided by the speed. The distance she walked from the park to the mall is 630 meters, with a speed of 42 meters per minute, according to the problem. So 630 divided by 42 is 15. That means it took her 15 minutes to walk from the park to the mall. Now that we know how long it took her to walk from the school to the park and the park to the mall, we can add those values up and get the total time. It took her 4 minutes from the school to the park, and from the park to the shopping mall, it took her 15 minutes. So 15 plus 4 is 19 minutes. So that is the total time it took her to walk from the school to the mall. Great! We know the total distance and the total time taken. From the formula I showed a while ago, the average speed is the total distance divided by the total time. So 1,406 divided by 19 is 74, which gives us our answer. Problem 2 is from TaylorX. Ray is 5 years older than Tyler. Tyler is 3 years younger than Ethan. If we add up all their ages, the result will be 47. How old is Ethan? The original comment says the total age is 48, but for the sake of younger children and decimals, I had to make it 47. Okay, let's start. In the problem, it says Ray is 5 years older than Tyler. So we can represent Tyler's age as a block and make Ray's age a block longer since his age is 5 years older than Tyler's age. Next, it says Tyler is 3 years younger than Ethan. So that means Ethan's age is 3 years older than Tyler. If that's the case, then Tyler's block has to be longer than Ethan's block. So we put a block and write 3 to represent the 3 years of age. The problem says the total age is 47. So we write a bracket with the number 47. Now that our model approach is complete, we can start figuring out what Ethan's age is. What happens if we remove the 5 and 3 blocks? If you remove those blocks, you get 3 other equal blocks. And total becomes 47 subtracted by 5 and 3, which is 39. As you can see, we can divide the number of blocks by 3 and divide 39 by 3. If we do so, then 3 divided by 3, which is 1 block, is equal to 39 divided by 3, which is 13. Now let us return all the blocks. The problem was to find Ethan's age. Wow, as you can see, we already solved for his age. So that means Ethan's age is 13 plus 3, which is 16. Question 3 from Nebula Unauthorized. If pi is the ratio of circumference to the diameter, does that mean we use the circumference of a circle to determine it? That's actually correct, but you need the diameter too. Circumference over diameter is equivalent to pi. If you are wondering how pi was calculated, it all started with ancient Babylonians. They calculated the area of a circle by taking 3 times the square of its radius, which gave pi the value of 3 back then. A Babylonian tablet says the value of pi is 3.125, which is way closer to pi. But the ancient Egyptians took pi as a different value, which is a better estimate of pi compared to 3.125. Their value of pi was 3.1605 approximately. Now, fast forward lots of years later, Archimedes, one of the greatest mathematicians of the ancient world, was the first person to ever calculate pi. But Archimedes did not divide the circumference by the radius squared. Instead, he places a regular polygon inside the circle and places another polygon outside the circle. Then he calculates the area of those 2 polygons with the Pythagorean theorem. Archimedes knew he didn't find the actual value of pi, but an estimation instead. In such a particular way, he showed that pi was in between 3 and 1/7 and 3 and 10/71. So you see, Archimedes did not try calculating pi by dividing the circumference and diameter. Although right now, you can find pi by dividing the circumference and diameter of a circle since it's been confirmed. That's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a nice pi day.